Five hours. And a little less 6 minutes. Do the math for yourselves. This is, first of all, I want to thank you on behalf of the campaign, Barak, who's obviously been working his heart out, as you know, unbelievable hours, crisscrossing the country. I know what it's like, it's tiring as anything you'll ever do. But he's energized by you. How many of you were there last night? You were there last night? Thank you for doing that, and more importantly, thank you for doing this. Because you can go listen to a speech, but if you don't do something afterwards, take the words and turn them into action, nothing happens. So being here is really important. In 5 hours, you can make the difference. I don't know what's going to happen. I just know it's close. I also know that about 2 weeks ago, we were probably further behind in Massachusetts than Barak was behind in New York. That's how far we've come. This is now a neck-and-neck race. And it's a neck-and-neck race because people are listening, because the energy of the campaign has reached here. What happened in Iowa, New Hampshire, Nevada, and South Carolina has really lit a fire, particularly South Carolina, where he won every single region with the exception of Myrtle Beach, and across the demographics. The most important thing is he won independents, some Republicans, rich and poor, and white, and black, and brown, everybody came out, across the board, women, men. It was terrific. We have to carry that further. Ted Kennedy and I have been doing this for a long time. He a lot longer than me. But I started working for him when he first ran in 1962. I was 18 years old, just graduated from high school. It was right during the summer before I went to college. And I worked full-time as a volunteer in the campaign. So we've been at it a long time. And we're both frustrated by the inability, as you are, to be able to get the things done that ought to be done. I mean, there's no excuse for the richest country in the world not having health care funded. There's no excuse for kids being dumped out of schools around the country in the afternoon with no place to go because we're unwilling to fund No Child Left Behind while the richest people in the world walk away with another tax cut. It just doesn't make sense. And it's because of the stranglehold of money in politics and ideology that's guided some of that this is happening. And so unless you empower people by getting them to vote, and empower yourselves, and empower us who want to get something different done, by giving us some colleagues who can do it, and giving us a president who's willing to put these things on the table, nothing will change. So you can't sit around and, drink Starbucks and complain about the country and not even work to make a difference, all right? And that's what you're doing here. Now, telephone banking is not the most glamorous thing in the world, but it is important. You have no idea. You make that plea the right way, you meet somebody, you jog them, you make them feel responsible, they go out and vote. They weren't going to. And I've seen countless votes. I got to tell you, back in 1968, Hubert Humphrey lost the presidency of the United States nationally by 50,000 votes. It's one vote per precinct. One vote per precinct. I lost by 59,000 votes in one state, Ohio. That's half the people in a football stadium voted, besides the presidency. So you all can make a difference here today. What happens in Massachusetts? We can win in California if it's very hard, very uphill. It's possible, but it's a long shot. If we win in Connecticut, win in Massachusetts, we can come out of tonight with more delegates. And Barak already has more delegates going into tonight. So we can win this thing, and we can win the right to put health care on the agenda, to restore America's moral authority in the world, to end the war in Iraq responsibly, intelligently, to begin to reach out the world, deal with global climate change, do the things necessary to make our economy work for everybody, to be fair. All of these issues get put on the table if we can make this difference. And you're here, obviously, because you, like me, have decided that this young leader, who is older, incidentally, now, than Bill Clinton was when he became president, And it's older than John Kennedy was when he became president, and older than Teddy Roosevelt was when he became president, and more legislative experience than Hillary Clinton. So while I say young, it's relative, because he has experience, he is ready, but nevertheless, I think he's touching the chord and can really inspire people to hold the system accountable. That's why Teddy and I want this to happen, because we want a movement in this country of people who will hold the politicians accountable so they can't vote for the special interest. They've got to vote for the broader interest and concerns of the nation. This is how you make it happen. So I'm very, very appreciative on behalf of Barak and the campaign. This could be a big night, hopefully, keep our fingers crossed. You can determine the Massachusetts outcome in the next 5 hours. Those of you who don't have a seat to sit at, a phone to pick up, cell phones, you use them. We can call like crazy, we'll give you a piece of paper, stay here, help us make some calls. The oxygen is depleted. It's going to be hot, but I guarantee you tonight, after 8 o'clock, you'll have the right to celebrate. Fair enough?